and welcome to Milwaukee, Wisconsin. You're watching a live broadcast brought to you by Marquette University Television, an affiliate of Marquette Wire Sports and Marquette Athletics. So there was a 4-set match between Illinois State and Wisconsin, hence why Marquette was delayed a bit. So today, the number 21 ranked Golden Eagles take on Tulsa Golden Hurricane live from the Al McGuire Center. I'm Zoe Comfort, and I will be your play-by-play announcer, and by my side is color analyst Jack Phillips. Jack, it's a great day for some volleyball, don't you think?
I'm going to be honest, it's too bad Marquette's played in an indoor stadium. Otherwise, it'd be a beautiful day to play outside. It's just so sunny. But nonetheless, I'm really excited to be here with you, Zoe, to broadcast some Marquette volleyball.
Yes, it's going to be a great game. So before we head into some specifics of the match, just to give fans a little bit about how each team is doing heading into the day. Marquette Golden Eagles are ranked number 21 in the nation, enter the matchup with an overall 7-3 record, having just been defeated by in-state rival number 6 Wisconsin Badgers 3-0 for the first in the Allen program history last night. The Golden Eagles were led by junior Allie Barber with 11 kills, redshirt senior Jenna Rosenthal, and junior Madeline Mosier both added 6, and sophomore Hope Birch posted 5. Sophomore Martha Canabrad had a match-high 17 kills, and junior Lauren Speckman had 18 assists. Meanwhile, the Tulsa Golden Hurricane come into this match unranked with an overall record of also 7-3, having just fell to the Illinois State Redbirds 3-1 in a 2-hour and 2-minute match, ending their 5-match winning streak yesterday. The Golden Hurricane were led by freshman standout Elise Savadov with 11 kills, sophomore Callie Cook and senior Rachel Moore both added 10 kills, with senior Emily Thorson notching 9. Junior Mariah Pardo led Tulsa with 26 assists, and junior Taylor Horsfall led with 30 digs. So Jack, since both teams are looking for a win to propel them to an 8-3 record today, what are some specific things Marquette and Tulsa will have to be cognizant of heading into this match, do you think?
Well, here's the thing. So both teams are 7-3, like you said. So it's kind of an interesting game. Obviously, they're in different conferences. Obviously, the American Athletic Conference is completely different than the Big East Conference. So it's a little different when you think about the opponents they've already faced for Marquette Golden Eagles, or whether you're either them or the Tulsa Golden Hurricane. That being said, I think that each team has to be concerned with their top 2 players. If you're Tulsa, the 2 players that you had to look at the scouting report. If you're each team, if you're Tulsa, you should be worried about on the Golden Eagle side, Allie Barber and Jenna Rosenthal. They're your 2 main middle blockers, outside hitters. Actually, Allie Barber's averaging 4.4 kills per set right now. Compare that to Jenna Rosenthal, who's averaging 2.65 kills per set. So obviously 2 really good strikers there for the Golden Eagles. Now, if you're on the Marquette side, looking at the Golden Hurricane side, you want to worry about Emily Thorson and Rachel Moore. They're the 2 middle blockers or outside hitters that are the best strikers for the Golden Hurricane this year. Thorson actually is averaging 3.44 kills per set. Compare that to Rachel Moore's 3.06 kills per set. So it's really going to be a battle between the strikers, in my opinion. Obviously, you got 2 good setters in Sarah Rose and Lauren Speckman. Compare that to Mariah Pardo and Lindsay Ledyard on the Golden Hurricane side. So whether you're a Golden Eagle today or you're a Golden Hurricane, it's really going to be a battle between both Golden teams.
For sure. This is going to be an exciting matchup. So for starting lineups, we have for Tulsa, the Golden Hurricanes, we have number 2, Emily Thorson, a senior outside hitter from the Woodlands, Texas. We have a middle blocker, Maggie Hembry, number 3, from Tulsa, Oklahoma. We also have number 16, Callie Cook, a sophomore middle blocker from San Antonio, Texas. Rachel Moore, number 18, a senior outside hitter, middle blocker from Oklahoma City. And we have Maddie Flora, a libero from Webster, Texas, and Mariah Pardo, a junior setter from League City, Texas. For the Golden Eagles, we have Claire Mosier getting one of her first early starts, a freshman setter from Waterloo, Wisconsin. We have Martha Konavadoff, the libero, a sophomore from Sugar Grove, Illinois. Hope Wirch, number 8, sophomore outside hitter from Neenah, Wisconsin. Senior redshirt Jenna Rosenthal from Fond du Lac, Wisconsin. Allie Barber from Cedarburg, Wisconsin, number 10, outside hitter junior. We also have Anna Hawk, number 13, the senior from Ängelholm, Sweden. And finally, to cap it off, we have number 23, Elizabeth Orff, a sophomore middle blocker from St. Louis, Missouri. So we have a pretty good lineup for both teams. It's going to be a very competitive game, don't you think?
It's definitely going to be a very competitive game. Again, I think both teams have something to prove, coming in with an equal record of 7-3. Again, you have to compare the two different conferences. Obviously, they're in a non-conference schedule, but 2 very different teams here, yet similar qualities. So it's going to be interesting nonetheless to see what happens between these 2 squads.
It is for sure. So Tulsa is back to serve. Tulsa's back to serve. Goes to Hope Wirch. And Barber gets the first kill of the game.
Well, what did I say earlier? It was Rosenthal and Barber. You had to be worried about it for the Golden Hurricane, and Barber just showed you right there with that, I don't know how many miles an hour fastball, but it was sure fast, Zoe.
It was fast, right to the outside, and Tulsa couldn't get that. So now Martha Konovodov off to serve. It's a good save by Tulsa. It's a very competitive point. Hope Wirch with the kill. This is a very, very long point. The first really long point. And Allie Barber with her second kill give Marquette a 2-0 lead.
You know, it's interesting because a lot of times you'll see the outside hitter or middle blockers for the Golden Eagles. Instead of going for that really fast kill, they'll go for the little tip over to get over the other middle blockers of the Golden Hurricane, just like you saw in that last play.
Exactly. That's what they want to do. Martha Konovodov to serve. Exactly what you were just talking about. That little touch from Tulsa right there, that's what you have to do to get past those big blockers.
A little bit of if you can do that, I can do it even better for the Golden Hurricane.
Exactly. So it will be Tulsa's serve. It is Maggie Hembry's serve. She's back there. Rozier sets. Barber sets. And Wirch with the kill. Their first kill of the match. And Marquette takes a 3-1 lead.
I feel sort of guilty because I know I mentioned Rosenthal and Barber, but I have yet to mention Anna Hawk or Hope Wirch. Hope Wirch has definitely been the dark horse so far on this team. She's actually the reigning freshman of the year, and obviously now being a sophomore, but still she's averaging 2.34 kills per set. Definitely another player on the Golden Eagles side you want to watch out for.
For sure. Sarah Rose to serve. Nice dig by Martha Konovodov. Madeline Moser smacks it down. That was a net violation from Tulsa, and Marquette takes the 4-1 lead there.
Marquette coming out to a really hot start, leading 4-1. You know, you have to wonder if this set eventually does get close again. Can that net violation on Tulsa come back to haunt them?
Exactly. That's what Marquette did not do in their last couple matches. They haven't gotten out to good starts. And that push by Hope Wirch gives Marquette a 5-1 lead. So this is a pretty good start for Marquette right here.
It's definitely a very good start for the Golden Eagles. You're used to really seeing them kind of battle between the teams in the first set, but right now Marquette coming hot right out of the gates. For
sure. Sarah Rose back to serve for Marquette. And the first service error of the game, giving Marquette still has the lead of 5-2.
Well, if you're the Golden Eagles right now, you don't want to panic yet. Obviously, just a quick little service error. It's really early. Obviously, you've only seen 7 points so far in this match, so definitely nothing to worry about if you're the Golden Eagles yet.
Exactly. Rachel Moore's back to serve. Madeline Moser with the smackdown. And that was Mariah Pardo with the touch right over the Golden Eagles' head.
And Mariah Pardo put it right in the perfect spot where Anna Hawk just couldn't get to it. Good try on the dig for Anna Hawk, but just a little too short.
For sure. And Moore's back to serve for Tulsa again. Rosenthal smacks it down for her first kill of the day. Marquette takes the 6-3 lead.
The redshirt senior with Jenna Rosenthal. She's played every set so far that the Golden Eagles ever asked her to, and she hasn't disappointed yet this season.
Exactly. She's a very talented player, even playing on the USA Volleyball team for 3 years. So Hope Wirch back to serve for Marquette. Tulsa having a couple smackdowns there. Nice save. And that looks like it was a double contact so Marquette takes the 7-3 lead.
It's really rare to see a double contact play in NCAA college volleyball.
Exactly. I haven't seen that much this weekend. So Hope Wirch back to serve for Marquette. Konovodov with the dig. So these are pretty long points, actually.
Definitely very long rallies. It's been very entertaining to watch.
For sure. Konovodov with that save, that was amazing. And the Golden Eagles come out on top as that was a net error from Tulsa. Marquette takes the 8-3 lead.
A 5-point lead early. Marquette looking to continue to stretch this lead at a very early point in this match. A very impressive start so far for the Golden Eagles.
Exactly. So Hope Wirch is back to serve. She almost had a service ace on that one. That looks like a net violation for Marquette. So now it's 8-4 Marquette leads.
Well, both teams have evened out their net violations, 1-1 on each team so far.
Exactly, and they want to kind of limit those. You don't want to have too many of those at the beginning.
Especially, and you don't want those points to come back and haunt you. So it'll be interesting to see if that inevitably does come back.
Thorson to serve. Jenna Rosenthal with the touch. Thorson with the kill, but blocked by Jenna Rosenthal and Anna Hawk.
Marquette up to a 9-4 lead now. You know, one thing I wanted to point out before the game started was you're going to see two dynamic duos here for the Golden Eagles. Usually you see Sarah Rose and Jenna Rosenthal, the setter, outside hitter duo there. But then the other duo you also have to talk about is Lauren Speckman and Allie Barber, who are currently on the bench. So when those two come in, if you combine those two duos, it's definitely a really good start for the Golden Eagles. Yes,
for sure. And that was an attack error by Tulsa, and Marquette has the 10-4 lead. So something that Ryan Tice was talking, Marquette's head coach Ryan Tice was talking to me about yesterday after their loss to Wisconsin. He said that they really needed to get the momentum early, and that's exactly what they're doing in this match. So that's something they learned from yesterday.
And exactly. If you're Coach Tice right now, you have to be very pleased with your Golden Eagle offense and defense for that matter. They've really come out hot out of the gates and really haven't let up any. Other than the net violation, they really haven't let up too many errors yet, and you can see it in the 10-4 score right now. So if you're Coach Tice right now, you're probably just telling your players, keep it up, try to win this first set, because you know how important the first set is in a game of volleyball, especially in NCAA college volleyball. Whoever wins that first set immediately gains momentum, and Marquette already has the fans on their side. So if they win this first set, who knows, they might just be in the driver's seat for the rest of the match.
Exactly, that's what I think too. They need the momentum, and that's what they did not have yesterday. After Wisconsin had won that first set 25-23, Wisconsin just kept the momentum and ended up winning the match in 3 sets.
It's still weird to think that Marquette it's weird to think that Marquette was able to force 4 sets to the #1 team in BYU just a week ago. They lose 3-0 against Wisconsin, and a team like Illinois State forces 4 sets against Wisconsin. You know, it just really goes to show you how college sports are so unpredictable. You really never know what you're going to get until it actually happens.
It does. It just depends on the day and how everybody's playing. And obviously, Marquette might have had that good match against BYU, but then didn't show up really for Wisconsin yesterday. So it will be Marquette serve. Jenna Rosenthal is back to serve. Marquette leads 10-4. That was a great save. And Orff and Hawk with the block. So that gives Marquette that actually was a Tulsa. Tulsa got that point. So it's a 10-5 Marquette lead. So Tulsa got Emily Hubbard, a sophomore from San Diego, California, got the kill on that one. Anna Hawk with the big kill right there. Marquette leads 11-5.
Anna Hawk returns the favor after that little error with her teammate Elizabeth Orff. It looked like on the last play they went for the block, but it just got over the net and onto the Marquette side, giving Tulsa the point, which is why it was such a confusing play to call.
Yeah, that was very confusing. I didn't think that it went over the net, but it just barely touched the net. Ellen Mosier to serve. Claire Mosier to serve. It's a Marquette point. So Marquette leads 12-5 after that double contact again.
2 double contacts in 1 set. And again, I think it really just goes to show you why Marquette's leading by 7 right now.
Exactly. They're getting out to that good start, having the momentum. Claire Mosier serves again. It's a service error, so it will be 12-6. Marquette still leads.
Now here's a surprise. When's the last time we saw Claire Mosier get some action, especially against a team like Tulsa?
Exactly. We really haven't seen any of the freshmen in any of these big matches. So it's really interesting that Coach Tice did put Mosier in. She must have shown herself during practice this week.
Now you have to wonder if they're going to put Claire and Madeline at the same lineup at the same time. A little sister dynamic duo.
For sure. Barber killed, but it is blocked, so that will give Tulsa the point, and Marquette still leads 12-7, but Tulsa's kind of coming back and gaining their momentum back a little bit.
It's only 5 points, so nothing yet to panic for the Golden Eagles, but it'll be interesting to see if they can re-expand that lead.
Barber with the touch. That was a nice save right there. Hawk with the power shot, but it goes to Tulsa. So it will be 12-8 Marquette's lead.
I was going to say Hawk really powered that kill attempt, but it was just out of bounds, giving Tulsa the point.
For sure. That was very close. So Pardo to serve for Tulsa. Looks like a little miscommunication there from the Golden Eagles as Tulsa gets yet another point.
I think Elizabeth Orth, and now as Coach Tice calls a timeout, 4 unanswered points for the for Tulsa now, which is why they're back in the game, 12-9. It looked like on that last play, Elizabeth Orth went to set it up for Claire Mosier to set to either Barber or one of the other outside hitters, and it just went over the net, giving Tulsa an easy spike attempt, leading to that kill. And now it's a game again. It's just really quick. It just shows how back and forth volleyball can go.
It is so interesting to see how that momentum shifts. It can shift in an instant, or with a bad play, it could totally go to the other side. And that's why Coach Tice probably called that timeout, to slow Tulsa's momentum down. So Marquette has the 12-9 lead, but Tulsa is on a 4-0 scoring run. So they have the momentum currently. To give you some stats, Marquette has a hitting percentage of .278, while Tulsa's hitting percentage is only .053. So that's not such a great hitting percentage, which is surprising why they're gaining some momentum here.
And I'm glad you brought up stats right now, Zoe, because if you want to talk about stats, there's only been 3 players on the Golden Eagle team so far that have any kills. It's Hope Wirch leading the game with 3. Right behind her is Allie Barber at 2, and Jenna Rosenthal with 1. And that's actually coincidentally 3 of the top 4 players that lead the team in kills so far this year. Compare that to Tulsa. They only have 4 players each with 1 kill right now, so Marquette really being a lot more aggressive than Tulsa so far.
Exactly, and it is Pardo to serve for Tulsa yet again. Wirch on the floor for that. Nice touch by Hembry on that one.
Really heads-up play on the defensive end. Allie Barber probably tried to get it over the middle blocker's head, but a good defensive stop from the Tulsa Golden Hurricane.
So Pardo serving again. Tulsa's on a 5-0 scoring run. Mosier sets it up. Barber pins it down. Barber gets the kill. Marquette leads 13-10.
And after 5 unanswered points for the Golden Hurricane, Marquette finally strikes a blow, giving them the 3-point lead yet again.
So Anna Hawk back to serve. That was Emily Hubbard, a sophomore from San Diego, California, with the kill. It is 13-11. Marquette still leads.
One player we've been talking about so far for the Golden Hurricane is Mariah Pardo. She actually averages 7.58 assists per set. She actually has on the season so far 273 assists. Definitely the biggest or the most important setter on that offense.
For sure. Allie Barber slams it down again. She gets that kill, and Marquette takes lead 14-11.
Not a surprise there. That's Allie Barber's 3rd kill of the night or the afternoon so far. She's actually tied with Hope Wirch at 3 now, and Jennifer Rosenthal still trailing pretty quietly with 1.
Martha Kanavidov back to serve for Marquette. That's Emily Thorson with the kill. Marquette still leads 14-12, but that was a nice touch from her. Another
player that we haven't really talked about that much with the Golden Eagles yet is Martha Kanavidov. Originally a defensive specialist, but asked to play the libero position this year, and she's really absorbed the position very well thus far this season, leading their 7-3 record. Definitely a player that doesn't seem to get enough credit on the Golden Eagle offense.
Exactly, I think so. She's played a lot of matches, and she gets all around the court. She moves so free. She moves all over. I always see her moving. I never see her just stand there. So that was Marquette's point. Marquette leads still 15-12.
It's actually very funny. Last year she was a 2017 Big East Defensive Player of the Week as well as a Freshman of the Week, and she was on the honor roll. So again, not doing it on the court as well as in the classroom. Definitely a role model to look up to if you're Martha Kanavidov.
Nice. That was a nice touch by Tulsa, but Jenna Rosenthal threw it down, but must have been a net violation on that one. So that was Tulsa's point, I believe. So Marquette still leads 15-13, but that was a little bit of confusing point there. So Rachel Moore back to serve for Tulsa. Wirtz tried to kill that one, but Tulsa it's blocked by Tulsa, so Marquette still has the 15-14 lead, but Tulsa's been on a little bit of a run right here again.
And what a block for number 16, Callie Cook, the sophomore from San Antonio, Texas. She's actually majoring in sports management, so not too far off from our majors right now, Zoe.
Yeah, that's pretty interesting. They all have really interesting majors. I always like looking to see what majors they're in.
You're a true broadcaster if you love doing the research.
Yes. Wirtz slams it down. Set up for Mosier. She touches that. This is a extremely long point. One of the longest points, I think, of the match so far.
Definitely a great rally between both squads. A couple great digs from Kanavadov.
Rose sets it up for Mosier. Mosier touches. Oh, that was barely in the net. So Tulsa will take that point, tying it up at 15.
And yet again, it was the sophomore Callie Cook on the play. She is actually averaging 1.89 kills per set. She's played every single set that the Tulsa Golden Hurricane have had the opportunity to play this year.
That Rachel Moore served for a service error, and Marquette regains the lead again at 16-15. It's a little bit tighter than it was before because Tulsa was getting on a little bit of a roll there.
Marquette's biggest lead so far this set was 7. And now and Tulsa was able to fight back to a tie game. Marquette only has a 1-point lead now.
That was a service ace for Hope Wirtz, and that Marquette takes the 17-15 lead, so maybe regaining some of that momentum here.
Maybe, but it looked like a miscommunication between Taylor Horsfall and Emily Thorson. Both two really good stars on the Golden Hurricane squad.
Wirtz to serve. Rosenthal smacks it down for the kill, and Marquette has the 18-15 lead over Tulsa. That was a great job of Rosenthal knowing that nobody was there and hitting right to the open court.
There's a reason that when you're looking at the scouting report, if you're any Golden Eagle opponent, the 3 names that pop up are Rosenthal, Barber, and Wirtz. It's pretty much like a wall for the Golden Eagles, and Rosenthal just showed you right there.
It's hard to get past that 6'6" blocker. That was the kill for Tulsa, as Marquette still has the 18-16 lead. So that was a kill for number 2, Emily Thorson.
Looked like Marquette got a hand on it.
It was just tipped. So Thorson is now back to serve for Tulsa. Knavadov digs that one. So block from Mosier and Rosenthal. So that will give Marquette a 19-16 3-point lead right there. See, we were just talking about the height difference. So Rosenthal and Mosier, it's hard to get past those two.
Definitely hard to get past those two. Is Rosenthal about to serve. Martha Knavadov exiting the game. Looks like a substitution with Elizabeth Orff. And now Marquette deciding to play with no libero. Interesting strategy from Coach Tice.
That is an interesting strategy. I don't think we've seen that this year yet. Hawk smacks it down. Marquette takes the 20-16 lead.
And just like that, it's a 4-point lead again as Tulsa calls a timeout. It's really interesting to see how both teams can go on these stretches with unanswered points, and you have to wonder, can Tulsa somehow come back in this first set and make it a game again? It's only 4 points, so it's definitely possible.
Exactly, yes. It's only 4 points. It's not like 10 or anything. So it's definitely possible if they make the right changes. That's what the biggest thing. I think they have to talk about stopping those like unforced errors and maybe keeping longer points, because they seem to be winning the longer points. So maybe if they kept with the longer points rather than shorter, they would have a crack at that lead.
if you want to look up some stats right now, just to give you guys an update, Hope Wirch actually has 4 kills so far. Tied with Allie Barber at 4 as well, and Jenna Rosenthal and Hawk both notching 2 kills. Definitely a very aggressive team so far. But out of nowhere, it seems that Emily Thorson, the senior from the Woodlands, Texas, has 3 kills now. Originally, she wasn't even on the board for kills, and she just notched 3 in that recent stretch. Compare that to 4 other players, or 3 other players on the, I'm sorry, 4 other players on the Golden Hurricane who also have a kill each, as well as Emily Hubbard, who has 2 kills on the afternoon as well. So, although Marquette has been more aggressive so far this game, it seems that the Golden Hurricane have seemed to at least turn up their aggressiveness as well.
For sure, I think both teams are super aggressive. Both teams want it, as you said. They're both 7-3, looking for that 8th win of the season, and so I think this is going to be an aggressive game, and it's going to be a tight game, I think, for the rest of the other sets. So Rosenthal back to serve for Marquette. Callie Cook with the kill. That will be a point for Tulsa, and Marquette will still lead by 3.
Callie Cook might be she might only be the fourth leading killer, so to speak, on the Golden Hurricane offense, but she's still been getting it done here for the Golden Hurricane.
That's for sure. This is another long point. Both teams are being very competitive and aggressive, trying to get those kills. But it is Tulsa that takes the block, and Marquette cuts Marquette's lead down to 2. Marquette still leads, though, 2018.
And Marquette and Tulsa continue to go back and forth. It's definitely been a very interesting first set.
It has. I really think after timeouts, they go on stretches where they win 4 or 5 points, and cutting the lead down.
And then someone else calls a timeout. It's the exact opposite.
Exactly. It's so interesting to see that momentum shift. Anna Hawk with a powerful kill there. Hope Wirch tried for the save there, but that point will go to Tulsa again. So they'll be on a 3-0 run. So it's 2019 as Coach Tice calls him his second timeout.
And based on every pattern we've seen so far this game, Zoe, for all we know, it'll be 23-19 until, and actually there's no more timeouts for either team, so both teams are out of timeouts in this situation, but if Coach Tice calls a timeout, you have to wonder, again, based on the patterns we see, Golden Eagles might go on a 3-point stretch.
Exactly. It's so interesting to see how they utilize those timeouts, because they only have 2, but they both used them pretty early, relatively early, because this set could go like 30 to 33 or something like that. But yeah, so they both used their timeouts pretty early. But talking about like the Golden Eagles versus the Golden Hurricane, it's also a battle of the Ryans, because both coaches' names are Ryan, right? Coach Ryan Tice for the Marquette Golden Eagles.
So what have we seen so far? They have the same record. They have Golden in their name, and they have the same. Both coaches have the same first name. I mean, like, can these teams get any similar?
No, not really. I don't.
Yet the funny thing is that geographically, they're literally on the opposite sides of the country.
Exactly.
North and south.
But it's really interesting to see Ryan Wills, the head coach of Tulsa, also his 5th year coaching his alma mater, while Coach Ryan Tice is also in his 5th year. So they're very, very close teams, both in their talent and then their coaching staff, and also obviously their record. So
now you bring up the head coach Ryan Wills on the Golden Hurricane. It's actually funny. In his first season, he had 22 wins overall. Yet last year they went 15-17. So you'd think that you'd see like a progression, but it was actually a depression. Exactly.
It's Anna Hawk throws that one down. Gives Marquette a 21-19 lead. See exactly what we were talking about. The momentum now shifted kind of to Marquette. So let's see if they keep that in. So it looks like Claire Mosier came in, and she will be serving.
And it looks like Claire Mosier is playing because Lauren Speckman is out. We don't know why, but we'll keep you updated.
Tulsa gets the kill there because there was a Marquette tip, it looked like. So Marquette is only up by 1, so it's 21-20 with 0 timeouts for either team.
Allie Barber may have just gotten a finger on it, giving the Tulsa the really, really borderline point. It's 21-20. Marquette only 4 points away from the win, but Tulsa trailing with just 5 points away. So
Mariah Pardo is back to serve for Tulsa. Mosier sets it for Anna Hawk, and Anna Hawk throws it down, giving Marquette a 22-point lead.
You cannot underestimate the quick kills from Anna Hawk. Unbelievable power on that hit right there. Marquette now leads by 2.
Hawk to serve. Maggie Hembry tries for the kill, but is blocked, and Marquette takes the point, 23-20.
Elizabeth Orff only actually has 19 errors, or coming to the game, she only had 19 errors on the whole season. Definitely one of the best blockers on this Golden Eagle defense.
For sure. So a Hawk to serve. Konovatov with the save. Rachel Moore with the kill, so that will bring Tulsa within 2 points. Marquette still leading, 23-21.
Rachel Moore aimed straight for Claire Mosier. Again, hasn't really gotten that college level experience yet, so definitely an interesting story to watch or develop.
For sure. She hasn't gotten that much playing time either, so it's really interesting to see that. So as Elizabeth Orff has an attack error, so it will be 23-22 within 1 point. Marquette leads.
And this set can go either way, but this set will determine who has the momentum heading into set 2. And if you're Marquette or Tulsa, you don't want either team to get up to a 2-0 lead, so definitely something to watch out for there.
Exactly. Mosier sets up for Barber. Barber with the kill to the open court. Marquette has set point at 24-22.
And there was a little slither of space for Allie Barber, and she placed it right where she had to. It looked like Tulsa almost had the dig, but it went wide, giving Marquette the point and a 2-point lead here in the match point.
Exactly.
Or set point, my apologies.
Set point, yes. Fans are on their feet. There aren't that many fans, but they are on their feet. Wirtz tries for the kill, but it's just barely out. So it's Tulsa within 1, 24-23. Marquette leads for their second set point.
Wirtz tried to take a piece out of Allie Barber's book, trying to thread that needle again, but just outside. And Tulsa still has a chance here.
Tulsa number 5, Hannah Overmeyer to serve, the freshman from Kingwood, Texas. And Allie Barber with the kill to end the set. Marquette wins that first set, 25-23.
And Marquette, all the momentum that may have been present here in the Al McGuire Center on their home court now definitely shifted towards their side, as both teams will switch sides, as is traditional in the new sets of volleyball. But definitely an impressive set from both squads. If you're Tulsa, you can't get discouraged. You may have had a really rough start. They came back, proved to Marquette that, hey, we're a good team. We have your same record. We play similar opponents, and we're definitely a good team. And it could have really gone either way, so it's definitely going to be an interesting story to see develop as we go into set 2 in just a few moments.
For sure, it was definitely interesting because Marquette yesterday did lose their first set 25-23 to Wisconsin. So maybe they need to keep their lead, and they can't get cocky on the next 2 sets or 3 sets or whatever. So to give you a couple stats, Tulsa was hitting .163 as their hitting percentage, and Marquette was only just above them by .170, which is a pretty low hitting percentage for Marquette. So with that, we are going to take a quick break here on MUTV. You are watching Tulsa versus Marquette. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Welcome back. It's Zoe Comerford and Jack Phillips on the call for GoMarquette.com as we continue this match, number 21 Marquette and Tulsa. So Marquette managed to take the first set 25-23, and now as they switch sides, the teams are getting ready for set 2. It's a very back and forth game the first set, so someone would take a lead, but then it would get diminished because of a timeout, and then very back and forth, don't you think?
Yeah, and God only knows how this game is going to go because, again, every time you think Marquette's going to pull away, Tulsa comes right back, and then it looks like Tulsa's going to pull away, and then Marquette comes right back. So you really don't know what's going to happen. That's why the set was 25-23 in the first. So it'll be interesting to see what the second set story tells us later in this one.
It will be for sure. So the first kill of the second set is from number 23, Maddie Flora. Her first time in this game, I think, besides starting.
Exactly, but now remember, compare that to the first set where Marquette had at earliest a 4-1 lead. Tulsa gets on the board first. Maybe we'll see a different second set tail.
Every set is a new opportunity. That's how I think of it.
You're definitely right there, Zoe.
Anna Hawk tries with that save, but it does not go over the net, so gives Tulsa a 2-0 lead.
Good dig attempt by Hawk. Again, it's pretty hard to control those fastballs from any opponent, but nonetheless Tulsa. So a good attempt, but just a little short there for Hawk.
So number 3, Maggie Hembry for Tulsa will serve. The sophomore from Tulsa, Oklahoma. So she was born in Tulsa and then also goes to the school, so that's pretty unique. She's a Tulsa native then. So she's back to serve for Tulsa as they have the 2-0 lead on Marquette. Mosier sets up for Barber. Mosier tried to tip it over, but it looks like it must have been a net violation on Marquette. So Tulsa takes the 3-0 lead.
Again, it's 3-0 now. We saw the same thing, just the exact opposite team side. So we'll see what happens in the rest of the set.
That was Hembry to serve for Tulsa. Looked as if Marquette got that point after the block, so it will be 3-1 Tulsa. So maybe we'll see a little bit change of momentum. We don't know.
It looked like a little bit of miscommunication from Rachel Moore and Mariah Pardo on the Golden Hurricane side. Marquette bailed out there, getting on the board here in the second set.
Martha Kanavidov to serve for Marquette. The serve will be long, and Tulsa will take the point. 4-1 Tulsa lead. You can't have those service errors, I don't think, like so early in the game, because that can come back to haunt you.
You definitely don't want to see that, but it's actually funny. Coming into this game, Martha Kanavidov leads the Golden Eagles in service errors. She had 18 coming in. That must have been her 19th here today.
Allie Barber with the kill. But Taylor Horsfall for the save. Tulsa's doing a good job defensively, keeping the ball in play for such a long time. Wirtz tried to kill it there.
And what a dig from Kanavidov right there.
The touch. This is an extremely long point, probably one of the longer ones we've seen.
It's definitely up there. It's the couple we saw in set 1.
Both teams are doing a great job defensively and offensively trying to attack there. But that looked like a Marquette point. That kill went a little bit long, so Tulsa will only have the 4-2 lead. So
Coach Ryan Wills and the Golden Hurricane wanted a tip on Rosenthal. Maybe it was Rosenthal or Wirtz, I can't tell. But nonetheless, Marquette gets the point. It's only 2-4 early in the second set.
It is very interesting because neither team has used a challenge so far. And usually we've seen a challenge right now already by Coach Tice or something. But
yeah, it's actually funny because Coach Tice is not afraid to throw off the challenge card there.
Exactly. So we haven't seen one yet from him or Ryan Wills.
It's a battle of the Ryans, a battle of the Golden Squads, and a battle of the 7 and 3s here at the Valley, or here at the Al McGuire Center.
Navidov with the dig. Set up for Wirtz. Wirtz tips it over and gets the point for Marquette as Tulsa still leads 4-3, but Marquette's coming back.
Definitely coming back. Again, they got out to a rough start, being in a deficit of 3-0. And somehow it's 4-3 again. It's pretty similar to what we've seen in set 1. So not too surprising there.
That almost was a service ace right there. Rosenthal tried to kill that one, but it went a little bit long, so that will give Tulsa the 5-3 lead.
And credit number 4, Elise Sevadov. Credit her. What a great save to keep Tulsa in that rally, leading to the Rosenthal just missing out of bounds. So wasn't for her, they probably would be a tie game right now.
Exactly. So it's Thorson to serve. Hope Birch tried for the kill, but it was the block from Tulsa that gave them the point. So they have the 6-3 lead now. So let's see if they can either take it away because they have the momentum, or if Marquette will maybe use a timeout, or they'll try to regain some of that lead back. So it's Thorson to serve again. Rose sets it up for Wirch. Wirch does the same thing right into the block and will give Tulsa the 7-3 lead.
It looks like it was Callie Cook coming in again with the block. She's been having a pretty good game so far. She's really been a wall for the Tulsa Golden Hurricanes so far.
Exactly. We were talking about the wall for the Golden Eagles, but the wall for the Tulsa Golden Hurricanes, where Hurricane is also doing very well. It looked as if Hope Wirch was trying to get it past them again, but went right into their block.
Definitely so far. And if you're Callie Cook or Maggie Hembry, they both have 3 blocks on the nights or on the afternoon so far. And it's been really tough for the Golden Eagles to get past those middle blockers. Probably a big reason why they're down 7-3 so far. Again, it's really weird to think about it when you look back at the first set, how Marquette really came out of the gates. It looked like they were just going to be in control the whole night, or the whole afternoon. All of a sudden, the Golden Hurricane come in, they battle back, they barely lose that first set, and now it looks like the momentum's on their side despite being here in the Al McGuire in Milwaukee. So it's really hard as a broadcaster to really tell where this game is going to go. When you look at the patterns, it seems like everything keeps contradicting itself.
Yeah, exactly. And I was just looking out of the crowd, and it looks like there's not that many Tulsa fans, but there's also not that many Marquette fans. And one of the big reasons that Marquette's done so well in the Al recently has been because of the crowd, and especially with the crowd last night and the sold-out Al, there's literally no one here compared to last night.
A little interesting note to think about, there were more fans in the Al McGuire Center for the Illinois State and the Wisconsin Badgers game than the current Golden Eagle versus Golden Hurricane game. And none of them are even here in Milwaukee.
Exactly. That's so confusing. I don't get it. It might be a study day for Marquette students. You never know.
That's a good point. Plus, all of them were there for the Wisconsin game last night.
Exactly. So, number 2, Emily Thorson to serve for Tulsa. Tulsa has the 7-3 lead over Marquette. And it will be the first service error for her on the day. So, Marquette will take the point, and it's Tulsa 7-4. That could come back to bite them.
And Marquette bailed out there. They needed some type of point. They'll take anything at this point, and they'll take that one right there.
Sophomore Hope Wirch back to serve for Marquette. It's saved by Martha Konovadoff. Anna Hawk tries for the kill, but it goes way long, and Tulsa takes the 8-4 4-point lead. Despite
having no feet set, Konovadoff was some way able to set up that shot attempt for Wirch, or I'm sorry, for Anna Hawk, but it just went out of bounds. Good attempt, though, from the Golden Eagles.
Yes, for sure. Rosenthal with the kill. It is her 3rd kill of the night, and Marquette gains a point back, and Tulsa only leads by 8-5.
You're right, that is her 3rd kill of the night. Again, Allie Barber leading the team with 6. Compare that to Hope Wirch at 5, and right behind them, Jenna Rosenthal with 3. Definitely a very aggressive offense so far for the Golden Eagles.
Rosenthal to serve. And she gets the point. She gets the service ace. And it is Tulsa 8, Marquette 6. So Marquette is kind of getting back into the flow of things right now.
Definitely. And a little miscommunication between Maggie Hembry and Lindsay Lendyard for the Golden Hurricane, leading to that easy Golden Eagle point.
That ball almost came over into the broadcast booth right here.
Emily Hubbard almost wanted to say hello to us.
And that is Hope Wirch with the kill.
I was getting ready to move my computer on that last play.
I know. I was a little bit scared on that one. So that was Ellie Kuntz, a freshman out of Minneapolis, Minnesota, for that kill. That's, I think, one of her first ones of the season.
Goes from one of the coldest areas in the country to one of the hottest areas in the country.
Exactly.
Literally polar opposites of the state, or of the nation.
Exactly. So Marquette has tied it up now at 8-8. So it's going to be a game.
And you bring up Ellie Kuntz, another freshman. We have very rarely seen her this season so far. Coach Tice starting to debut some players, whether it's Claire Mosier or now Ellie Kuntz, players that we haven't really seen yet.
Now 2 out of the 3 freshmen have played already in this game. So we'll see who else he puts in. Nice save right there.
Now, if Sarah Rose was only 4 inches taller, she may have gotten to that, but...
Elise Sabato got the kill on that one, so Tulsa takes the 9-8 lead. That was a perfect kill right over everybody's heads.
And although Sabato got the kill, she's actually been doing a lot of work on defense so far for the Golden Hurricane. She actually is tied for leading the Golden Hurricane with 3 blocks on the afternoon.
Orff tips it over there, barely over the net. It's a battle of the tips right here.
It really is.
Nobody has smacked it down until Ellie Kuntz with her 2nd kill of the night, and I think her 2nd kill of her career, because before coming into this game, she had 1 error. She hadn't had any kills, so this is her 2nd kill of her career.
Well, she definitely has an impressive resume. She's a 4-time All-Conference member at the Academy of Holy Angels, up, like you said, up in Minneapolis. She was a 2-time 4AA champion at that same high school, and she was actually a girls' junior national champion all-tournament team member as well.
She's a very talented freshman, and she's showing it on this Marquette team today. Barber with the touch there, gets counted for the kill, so Marquette will take the lead, 10-9.
And when you think of a heads-up play, look no further than Allie Barber right there. Noticing the 2 blockers coming for that, what they thought would be a kill attempt, puts it right over their heads, right in the center of the court where no setters were present, leading to the easy 10-9 point.
So Claire Mosier back to serve. Nice save right there by Anna Hawk. Barber with the kill. Now she goes for the power kill, and she gets that one. And Marquette takes an 11-9 lead over Tulsa.
And Barber's only 2 kills away from notching double digits on kills so far this afternoon. She's definitely been a very, very important offensive factor for her team.
For sure, and yesterday she only had 11 kills in the game against Wisconsin, so she's making up, I think, a little for what happened yesterday.
Definitely a lot more aggressive than we saw against Wisconsin.
Rachel Moore tries for the kill there. Saved by Hoborch. And with the touch, Marquette gets that point. They take the 12-9 lead. Anna Hawk had that kill, gets notched for that kill, and Tulsa takes the timeout.
And if it ain't broke, don't fix it. If you continue to leave the middle open and try to just gamble on those kill attempts, Marquette's going to continue to attack the Golden Hurricane where it hurts, and what I'm talking about is right in the middle of the court. Anna Hawk did exactly what Allie Barber did. She saw the kill. She saw what the whole Golden Hurricane thought was going to be a kill attempt. She tipped it just over the heads of that Hurricane defense, leading to a 12-9 lead so far for the Golden Eagles. And it's something that, if I'm Coach Tice, I'm telling my team to continue to do it until Tulsa makes an adjustment.
Exactly. Why change something that you're doing well at if they make an adjustment, if Tulsa makes an adjustment now, then they can change it. But until then, I would stick with the same game plan. They're doing it, they're executing it fantastically.
They definitely have been executing fantastically. Very well said, Zoe Comerford.
So Marquette with the 12-9 lead, and they have 17 seconds left in their timeout, in Tulsa's timeout. Both teams have 1 timeout remaining.
You know, one player, again, we've been talking about her just because we haven't been able to talk about her this season, but Claire Mosier, just a little background info on her. She's actually a 2-time champion at Waterloo High School. She actually won those 2 state championships.
With her sister.
With her sister, Madeline, which is always really cool to see. As I said, she's the younger sister of Madeline, and she committed to MU back when she was a freshman in 2015. So she's been planning to be a Golden Eagle since 4 years ago. Definitely a really early life decision at the age of 15.
It is, for sure. And they have a younger sister, too, Brooke, who just recently committed to U of I as a freshman, too, so to play volleyball. So all of them have committed pretty early. As Elizabeth Orff throws down that kill for Marquette's 13-9 lead.
Well, what we thought was going to be a Tulsa set has completely changed momentum. It looks like Marquette's regained 13-9 now. Can Tulsa win it back, though? That's the big question.
That is the question. And the big thing, I was talking to Jenna Rosenthal, and she said the biggest thing in volleyball is the momentum, and we've been seeing that tonight through both sets. Barber throws it down. Nice save by Horsfall. And it looks like it was a violation from Tulsa, so Marquette gets a 14-9 lead.
Marquette went from down to 4 to up to 5.
I don't know.
Interesting.
Momentum changes.
You never know what's going to happen in college volleyball,
don't.
let alone college sports in
Exactly.
general.
You don't know. Can never predict anything because you don't know, because the momentum changes so quickly.
I think that's the part of the love of the game. It's just that you never know what's going to happen. That's what makes it so fun to call.
Allie Barber just slammed that kill right into Taylor Horsfall's face, so they will get the point, and Marquette leads 15-9.
Well, what we're used to seeing is Allie Barber and Lawrence Beckman. We've seen the actual freshman-junior connection with Claire Mosier and Allie Barber continue to attack that defensive presence from Tulsa, and it's been working so far in the second set.
Yeah, for sure. Talking about Lawrence Beckman, I think I saw her getting stretched out earlier in the warm-up, so I don't know what's going on there. We'll let you guys know later.
Well, you have to wonder with Lawrence Beckman, as Tulsa goes out of bounds and gets Marquette a point 16-9. You have to wonder with Lawrence Beckman, it might not even be injury, it might just be the fact that they're just resting her, giving players like Claire Mosier and Ellie Kuntz a chance to play.
Exactly, and so Allie Barber got her 10th kill, so the first double-digit kill here, and Marquette has a 16-9 lead.
And the Marquette band almost had a souvenir.
Yeah, for sure. So number 18, Rachel Moore gets notched with that kill, so giving Marquette still has the lead though by 6 points, 16-10. And it is Hannah Overmeyer for the Tulsa who served just then. Barber throws it down. Horsfall saves it. Goes to Thorson. Thorson smacks it down. Hawk tips it. It's a pretty long point again. It will be ended because that kill was out, giving Marquette the 17-10 lead. So now they've gone up to 7. So they have a 7-point lead now. So
I'm speechless. It looked like Tulsa was coming out here aggressive in this set, really trying to turn this match around. Looks like there's going to be a little bit of a review from the officials.
I believe this is the first challenge of the game, so Tulsa challenged that Marquette tipped it, I think. So we'll see what happens with that. So this is the first challenge used by either team, which is interesting, which is not from Tice, which is interesting.
You know what's interesting also is the fact that you said earlier that against Wisconsin, Allie Barber only had 11 kills.
Yes.
And right now she's at 9.
10.
Oh, she's at 10 now.
Yes.
My apologies. She's at 10 now, but still very impressive. I have to give Allie Barber credit. She's been having a really outstanding performance offensively and defensively, and I think she's been one of the main factors for why Marquette has been able to dominate so far. And again, yet we thought Tulsa was going to come out earlier in that second set because they looked like it. They really had an early start, but and Marquette and the call's going to stand. Marquette's going to keep that point, but Allie Barber wills her team. And the Golden Eagles have a 7-point lead now. It's unbelievable.
And that challenge might be disheartening for Tulsa, and that might hurt them later in the set. So they need to be careful and not let that get to their heads. So Anna Hawk to serve for Marquette. So that is Rachel Moore with the kill. So it will be 17-11. Marquette still leads.
Tulsa desperately trying to get back in this match. It'll be interesting to see if they can do it.
For sure. So Maggie Hembry is back to serve for Tulsa. Navarov with Allie Barber throws it down for the 18-11 Marquette lead. So it looks like we have a bit of a discrepancy. So on the scoreboard it says Barber has 11 kills, but on stat broadcast it says she has 10. So I'm going to go with 10.
I'm going to go with 10 as well. Statbroadcast.com, always providing us with some very good statistical analysis.
For sure. Orch smacks that one down. Moore smacks it down and gets tipped by Hawk, so that is a Tulsa Golden Hurricane point. So it will be 18-12 Marquette.
Well, whether you're inside or you're outside, the one thing you cannot control is gravity. It looked like Anna Hawk was trying to fall to the ground, avoid that hit, but it just nicked her, giving Tulsa a point.
That was Jenna Rosenthal with the kill. Marquette leads 19-12. Rosenthal will get her 4th kill of the night, or of the day, so giving Marquette the 19-12 7-point lead there.
Now, if you're going to exclude Barber for a second, if you look at the other top 4 kill leaders on the Golden Eagle offense, each player either has 5 or 4, whether that's Rosenthal, Warch, or Hawk. So again, it's just the offensive ability so far that we've seen from this Golden Eagle team, especially their kill leaders. It's been very impressive nonetheless.
For sure. They're definitely an experienced team.
They definitely have a lot of veteran experience. I think that goes back to Jenna Rosenthal being in her final year at Marquette. Looks like she's a 5th year technically.
It does. And Tice even said that this is Jenna Rosenthal's year to shine. When I was talking to him, he said that he knows that this is going to be her year and she's going to do the best with it. So that'll be interesting to see how that develops throughout the conference season, which will start next week. So. And
you have to wonder, because when you look at the two largest presences, whether you're talking about height-wise or just statistically, the 2 largest presences, defensively and offensively for the Golden Eagles, it's the 2 names you're always going to think of are Allie Barber and Jenna Rosenthal. Once Rosenthal leaves, you have to wonder who's going to step in and fill that hole that she leaves.
I think it's going to be Elizabeth Orff, because she's been doing great. She is the same position as Jenna Rosenthal. She's 6'1", I guess 5 inches shorter than Rosenthal. She's a sophomore, so she has like 2 more seasons left to go for the Golden Eagles. And she's played in nearly every set this season so far. So she's been doing fantastically.
And she hasn't been doing she hasn't just been doing fantastically on the court. She actually off the court last year. She was a member of the 2017 Big East All Academic squad. So
yes, for sure.
Again, whether it's the classroom or it's the stadium or the arena or whatever you want to call it, Elizabeth Orff definitely has been a very good role model for this Golden Eagle team.
Yes.
And maybe you're right. She might be able to fill the shoes that Jenna Rosenthal will inevitably leave come the end of the 2018 season.
For sure. It's so interesting to see these players that they all have some sort of academic award also with their athletic one. So it's interesting to see that pairing. So Sarah Rose will be back to serve for Marquette. Marquette leads 20-12. Kuntz tries for that kill, but it was just out. So Marquette will still have the lead 20-13.
Marquette, again, they were down by 4 in the beginning. Somehow willed their way to an 8-point lead. Now, we saw in the first set, Marquette had a 7-point lead, and they lost it. They actually almost lost the first set. They barely won by 2. So anything could happen in the second set too, right, Zoe?
Exactly. You're exactly right, Jack. So Emily Thorson served for Tulsa. Hope Warch barely puts it over. That's a Marquette point. It looks like it was a double contact on Tulsa, so Marquette will take the 21-13 lead. So let's see if they can finish out this set or if Tulsa's going to have the momentum and energy to bring it back to their side.
And those silly mistakes continue to haunt the Tulsa defense and offense, and that's why Marquette's taking such an early or such a late lead here in the second set.
For sure. That kill by Emily Thorson barely went over the net, and they get the point. So it's 21-14 Marquette leads.
And Anna Hawk threw her head down on that one. She wishes she could go back and have that one again, but little mistakes like that happen in volleyball. 21-14 in favor of Marquette.
Thorson serves, almost a service ace right there. Rosenthal tips it over. Great save. What a save by Warch. And Tulsa finishes that point. I believe it was Elise Savadov. She has her 3rd kill of the day.
It looks like the Marquette Golden Eagle blockers weren't ready on that one. Savadov exposing the middle. Hope Wirch, she may have dug the last one, but 2 in a row is pretty tough for any volleyball player. So still an impressive play by the Golden Eagles, but what a play from Savadov.
For sure. She tries again, but this time it is an attack error, so Marquette takes the 22-15 lead, 3 points away from ending the set.
And what you thought was going to be a Tulsa set slowly turned into a Marquette set. Can they come back? That's the big question, though.
Rosenthal to serve. Kuntz tries for that kill. Orff gets it over. Savadov gets the kill on that one. What an amazing kill. She went right for the players right there. So Marquette has a 22-16 lead, but Tulsa's coming back a little bit, I think.
And you never know. Anything's possible in collegiate volleyball.
Especially in this game.
Especially in this game, you're right, Zoe. We'll see what happens, but still a long way to go. It might only be 3 points away from, or actually 2 points away from set point, but for all we know, 6 unanswered points could come for Tulsa. We just don't know yet. Exactly.
So Mariah Pardo's back to serve for Tulsa. Orff smacks it down for the 23-16 lead, so they are 1 point away from set point.
And now that's a heads-up play again from Elizabeth Orff. Where you thought it looked like Hawks set it up, more of kind of like an air ball to really let it sit there for a sec, get the hang time, and spike it on the downswing. But she decides to swing it anyway on the upswing instead, and the Golden Eagles get a nice point there.
Claire
only
Mosier
2 away.
To serve. Claire Mosier to serve for Marquette. Nice dig by Kanavanov. Sets it up nicely, but it looks like a miscommunication between Orff and Mosier, so that will be a Tulsa point. So Marquette leads 23-17.
They brought Allie Barber in to try and finish this set off. Her and Rosenthal haven't really been seeing the court too much together yet today. Who knows what will happen in the 3rd set with that, but still, they've had a good rotation going so far.
For sure. Thorson throws it down for a point for Tulsa, so Marquette leads only 23-18. Tulsa cutting into that lead a bit. I
said this in the beginning of the 1st set, but Emily Thorson, probably the most important player on that Tulsa offense. She actually averages 3.44 kills per set, 2.19 digs per set as well, and she's played every single set, so definitely somebody you want to watch out for as Tulsa gets yet another point.
So Tulsa cuts into that lead, so it's 23-19 Marquette lead, as I believe Marquette takes the timeout. So it's really going to be interesting to see what Tice says about this, because they are cutting back into that big lead that Marquette had.
I think so far this probably may be Tice's most important timeout, probably most analytically probably the smartest timeout that he's called so far today. Again, you have an 8-point lead at 1 point. You're only 2 points away from taking a 2-0 lead in this match.
Yeah.
And it looks like Tulsa knocking on the back door, trying to get back in this game. Originally they were down 7 or 8, but now they're right back within it.
Exactly.
Just 4 away. So Coach Tice definitely telling his team, you're 1 away from set point, you're 2 away from winning this set, and putting all the pressure on the Tulsa squad. So smart timeout. Good play so far from both teams, but Marquette looking to get it done early.
Exactly. So looking at the stats here, Allie Barber leads Marquette with 10 kills. Hope Wirch has 5. Anna Hawk also has 5. Jenna Rosenthal only having 4. So on Tulsa, the Golden Hurricane, Rachel Moore leads with 7 kills. Then Emily Thorson with 6. Elise Savadov with 5. And Maggie Hembry with 2. So a little more lopsided than Marquette's Well, Marquette actually is more lopsided because Allie Barber has those 10, and then the rest of everybody else is below 10 and at 5.
Definitely, and I was saying definitely one of the most impressive defensive factors so far for Tulsa has been Maggie Hembry. She actually has 4 blocks on the afternoon so far, and she's been doing a great job really hauling down that defensive factor for the Golden Hurricane.
That was Hannah Overmeyer to serve. And the serve was long, so it's Marquette's set point. Marquette is up 24-19, so they have set point to take. They could take to set 2 here, or they might not if Tulsa is able to gain some momentum here.
And the fans in the El McGuire Center on their feet here, trying to will their team to a set point.
Almost a service ace there. Was a kill by Tulsa, so they are trying to cut into that lead. So it's a 24-20 lead after the kill from Maggie Hembry, who we were just talking about.
And Maddie Flora on the Tulsa side, willing her team, yelling, "We still got this." Only 4 points away to try and force at least an overtime, so to speak, here.
So they just put in Leslie Wolf. So that's the first time we've seen her in this game. So it'll be interesting to see if she can maybe change something for Tulsa. Barber smacks it down, and Marquette takes set 2, 25-20.
And so far, and again, it's so weird to think. It looked like it was going to be Tulsa coming back in this match. Yet now we stand with a Marquette 2-0 lead, looking to finish it early in the third set, only 25 points away from winning this match.
Exactly. It's really interesting because Marquette has had a couple of games like last weekend that they took to 4 sets, so that'll be interesting to see if they can continue that resiliency and get the third set, or if they'll take it to a fourth again, yet again.
Well, we won't know for another 4 minutes and 35 seconds.
So with that, we're going to take a quick break here on GoMarquette.com. You're watching Tulsa versus Marquette. Please don't go anywhere. We will be right back. Welcome back. It's Zoe Comerford and Jack Phillips on the call for GoMarquette.com as we continue this match against number 21 Marquette against Tulsa. So Marquette managed to take the second set 25-20 after taking the first 25-23. So they lead. They are up 2 sets to Tulsa, and we'll see if Tulsa looks back to get in the game here. It's been a game of momentum. So going through stats, Marquette, they had a hitting percentage last set of .152 compared to their one in the first set of .170. So they went down significantly, and Tulsa went from .163 in the first to .128 in the second. So they've also gone down. But it's interesting to see how they've been a little bit more aggressive, and missing a little bit more for both teams.
And the one thing that I found really interesting when I was going through the stats just a second ago, but again, you know, we were coming into this game thinking Lauren Speckman. She's going to be the main setter, as she always has throughout the last couple seasons, especially this season. Yet now, Claire Mosher, the freshman, comes in and takes her spot. Then you'd think, well, you know, Sarah Rose has been getting a lot of playing time, so she'll kind of absorb Speckman's role. No, it's actually Claire Mosher. She has 16 assists so far on the day. Compare that to Sarah Rose with just 10. So Claire Mosher, the freshman, who's rarely seen any collegiate playing time, has done an amazing job taking Speckman's normal spots. And Marquette's up 2-0, heading into this third set, which starts in just a few seconds. So can Claire Mosher and the Golden Eagles squad finish it out in 3 sets, or will we go to 4 or 5? We don't know, but we're really excited here for the broadcast.
I was literally just going to say about Claire Mosher, we haven't seen a lot of her before today, but she's done a great job. So I'm thinking that after this game, Tice is going to know that he needs to put her in more often. And her sister Madeline has not played. She did not play all of the second set. She played, I think, like maybe a minute in the first set. So it's interesting. The Mosher sisters have not played together yet. So, all right, that was a block from Tulsa. So Tulsa takes the lead 1-0 to begin the third set.
Well, the exact same thing happened last set. And look, we thought Tulsa was going to have it, but yet Marquette pulled away very quickly. So don't get discouraged yet if you're a Golden Eagle fan just because it's the first point. Still plenty of time.
That was Maddie Flora for the serve for Tulsa. She has a nice save there. Martha Konovadoff sets it up for Allie Barber. She smacks it down, just barely in the court, giving Marquette the 1-1 tie. That's Barber's 11th kill on the afternoon, or 12th kill on the afternoon, excuse me.
And she's now tied what she had last night
by 1.
Wisconsin.
She had 11 last night, so she has 1 more than she did last night.
My apologies.
That was a tip off Marquette, so Tulsa will take the 2-1 lead there.
And again, going back to Claire Mosher and what she's had to absorb, let's just look at Lauren Speckman's stats on the season so far. She's actually averaging 7.26 assists per set. She actually has 254 assists on the season. She has 8 service aces and 8 service errors. Definitely a player that's been very important to Marquette.
Yes, for sure. And Allie Barber right there shows her dominance on the court as she gives Marquette the 2-2 tie. It is her 13th kill on the afternoon as she leads all Golden Eagles. The next Golden Eagle to have a number of kills is Hope Wirch at 5. So she's taken over most of the responsibility here for the Golden Eagles today. That was Konovadoff to serve.
The Golden Eagles bailed out on that last play. It looked like it was going to go and bounce. A good attempt by Callie Cook, but just out of bounds. Martha Konovadoff and the Golden Eagles squad caught a break there. 3-2 Marquette.
Konovadoff to serve. Marquette up 3-2. Horsfall the save there. Oh, that ball came right over into the broadcast booth.
I want to thank Dan Abington for being there, our scorekeeper.
Yes,
good catch.
Thank him. Thank you so much. The ball almost hit us here, so that was a good catch on his part. All right, so number 18, Rachel Moore to serve for Tulsa, 3-3. Mosher to set up for Hope Wirch. Hope Wirch brings it down. Barber with her 3rd kill in a row, so Marquette leads 4-3. She has her 14th kill of the afternoon. It's really interesting to see how she's taking over this Marquette team, basically.
And again, I mentioned earlier how Martha Konovadoff doesn't get enough credit. I feel like a lot of liberos don't get the credit they deserve because, as we all know in volleyball, they're the reason that kill attempts become offensive opportunities for the opposing team. Martha Konovadoff with a beautiful dig, positioning her body in just the right spots, giving Allie Barber helping to give Allie Barber her 14th kill.
All right, so Sarah Rose and Ellie Kuntz are in for Marquette. Rose to serve. Rose sets it up for Kuntz. She tries for that one, but it goes into the net. So Marquette and Tulsa are now tied 4-4.
The freshman hasn't seen that much playing time. Little mistake there, no big deal for the Golden Eagles. It's still a tie game early on in the third.
Not to worry for Marquette fans. So Emily Thorson will serve for Tulsa. 4-4. The serve goes long, so that will give Marquette a 5-4 lead after that service error. You don't really want those service errors, even early in the set.
Yeah, you never want any errors. But you definitely don't want an error like that that could come back to haunt you 20 points down the line. Exactly.
When you were tied and you could have won that point maybe. Blocked by Rosenthal and Kuntz. They tried for that block, but they did not get it. It went off of Rosenthal's hand, and it will be a 5-5 tie game again.
Still credit to Rosenthal and Hawk. They had an original pretty good block attempt that Tulsa was able to somehow recover from, but still some pretty good defensive presence so far from Golden Eagles.
Horsfall with the service ace right there to Hope Wirch. Hope Wirch tried to get that back over, but it just hit the side of her hand to go off, and Tulsa takes the 6-5 lead. Horsfall to serve again, barely over the net. Rose sets it up, Wirch smacks it down. Number 3, Maggie Henry with the kill on that one. Tulsa leads 7-5 with the 2-point lead, so they came from being down now to being up again. What we saw in the first and second set.
And you mentioned Hope Wirch. She had an error recently. She actually leads the Golden Eagle team on errors this season. She had 40 coming into this game, but it's surprising because you're used to seeing her be on the offensive side, getting a lot of kills for the team.
Exactly.
You wouldn't think she'd have a lot of errors.
So Horsfall with that last service error. So Tulsa still leads 7-6, and Rosenthal to serve for Marquette. Sabadov smacks it, but is saved by Marquette. And the kill goes to Hannah Overmeyer. So that is her second kill of the afternoon. And Overmeyer is a freshman from Kingwood, Texas. Has played 22 sets this season and has 15 kills already, so that would be her 17th kill. All right, so it's number 25, Mariah Pardo to serve for Tulsa. And the serve is just long, so that will be a Marquette point, so Tulsa leads only by 1, 8-7.
Mariah Pardo is a name that we thought we'd hear more of. She still is leading the team in assists with 11 so far on the afternoon. Right behind her, Lindsay Ledyard with 9. So, but we really haven't talked much about her yet. She's actually had a pretty good season so far. Again, she has 273 assists on the season coming into this game. Definitely a very important player.
All right, well, that is a kill by Rachel Moore. So that will be her 8th, I believe, and Tulsa leads 9-7. And Tulsa will serve. So Hannah Overmeyer, who we were just talking about, will serve for Tulsa as they lead by 2. Serve goes into the net, and that is a service error on Tulsa, and so Marquette gets 1 point back. So Tulsa leads 9-8 after the service error.
Go back to Hannah Overmeyer. A little couple interesting factoids about her. She actually had her mother played volleyball at The Ohio State University. Her favorite TV show is, I feel like the common answer, Grey's Anatomy.
That is a great answer. But
it's a great answer, but I mean, like, I've never given the show a chance. I feel like I don't fit the aimed audience. Maybe it's just me, but I've heard nothing but good reviews for that show.
All right, so Emily Thorson just had a kill, so it will be Tulsa 10-8 leading Marquette. And a service error on Tulsa, so Marquette gets 1 point back. It's Tulsa 10-9.
Well, a couple service errors for Tulsa back and forth. Don't forget they had a net violation earlier this set.
Yeah.
3 points that could really come back to haunt them. Only 15 points down the line. And
a trade of service errors as Martha Konavadov throws that one into the net. So now it's 11-9 Tulsa. So talking about these service errors, so Tulsa has, on the match, they have 8, and Marquette has 4. So I guess that's a little better, but still, you don't want that many service errors in the matches. And that is then a service ace for Tulsa. So Tulsa takes the 12-9 lead. And Marquette will call a timeout.
Coach Tice knows that, again, his team is so close yet so far to finishing this set and finishing this match off. It's still anybody's game. Exactly. It's 12-9 still in the middle of this set. So Coach Tice trying to regain some momentum, get his team back on the same page.
Exactly. They really want to talk about finishing off the set, and because they don't want to take it to a fourth, because they have a game directly after this game. They play Illinois State. They do not want to be in a 4-set rally and be tired for that next set or that next game. And that next game, Illinois State just took Wisconsin to 4 sets. So they've had a big break between that, and Marquette will not have that big break. So they really need to either finish it off now, or they might be tired for that Illinois State game.
Well, the good news for you people listening to GoMarquette.com/watch, it'll be our own Dan Avington and Chris Reisner on the call for that game against Illinois State, like Zoe said. So be sure to tune into that game as well. But coming back here in the Al McGuire Center right now against Tulsa, the Golden Eagles, they had 2 great sets. They're on their third. They're trying to finish this one out. Looks like the timeout's just about to be about over, but it'll be very cool or interesting to see if Marquette can rally back, regain a lead, and finish this one off early.
It will. I just saw all the Marquette players looking over at the scoreboard as they are down 3, so they're trying to get their momentum back and in the right state of mind and get on the same page of what they're doing, just in case, to be ready for this Tulsa offense. So it will be Rachel Moore to serve for Tulsa. And Allie Barber almost came over into our booth right here.
I was getting ready to get my hands going. I didn't know if I was supposed to set that.
Barber with the touch. Barely gets back over from Tulsa. Set up, and Jenna Rosenthal tried for that kill, but it just went out. So Tulsa will have the 13-9 lead after that Rosenthal attack error.
Well, you know Coach Tice means business when you have both Allie Barber and Jenna Rosenthal on the court at the same time. So you can tell that Coach Tice really wants to get Marquette back, or get the lead back for them.
Exactly. He does not want this to go to the 4th set. Mosier sets up for Wirch, smacks it down. Thornton with the touch. Nice save by Mosier. Barber throws it down. This is a very long point.
Right in the middle of the court. It looks like a little miscommunication between Anna Hawk and Martha Kanabadov. Neither player went for it. A little surprising to see.
I'm surprised. Yeah, nobody went for that one. That was right in the middle where the Golden Eagles couldn't get it. So Tulsa has the 14-9 lead, and it is Moore serving again. Sets it up for Rosenthal. It looked like a violation on her. So Tulsa gets a point, and now they're up 15-9, and Marquette takes their final timeout. So that's really interesting. They had a timeout, and they didn't really do anything from that timeout.
Well, there's no going back here. If you're Coach Tyson, the Golden Eagles, you're calling your last timeout in the 3rd set. Again, you're up 2-0, so there's not too much pressure there. But still, coming out of the timeout, again, remember we said this earlier in the 1st set. You coming out of the timeout, you'd think that teams would go on these like 4-point spurts and they'd kind of even out again.
Exactly what they did in the 1st set, but this is
the
not
exact
happening.
opposite happened. It looked like they went on an 0-2 deficit. So
Exactly.
Marquette definitely trying to get their composure back. They definitely don't seem like the same team we saw in sets 1 and 2.
They don't. I think it might be maybe they're tired a little bit, but they really need to get back in the game, and they really need to get their mindsets right if they want to finish off this game. But I think Tulsa's doing really well at like taking advantage and taking those opportunities that Marquette is giving them. Marquette has had like so many errors, and so Tulsa's just taking it away with that, and that's good for them.
If you're looking at both teams right now, the attack leaders for both teams have to be Emily Thorson and Allie Barber. When you look at Emily Thorson, she actually has 34 total attack attempts so far this game.
Tied with Allie Barber.
And tied with Allie Barber at 34, I was just about to say. But these two players have been going head-to-head so far, trying to will their squads. Allie Barber seems to have the edge with the 2-0 lead with Marquette, but you never know. Emily Thorson could will her team just like Allie Barber has.
Exactly. So Moore is back to serve for Tulsa. Tulsa has a 15-9 lead over Marquette in the 3rd set. Looking on the verge of defeat, but they're looking to win this 3rd set to finish. All right, so that will be a kill for Marquette. So Hope Wirch gets that kill, and Marquette is back in the game a little bit more, so only with a 5-point deficit there. So Tulsa leads 15-10. And it will be Marquette's serve, and I believe Sarah Rose is coming in, sophomore out the sophomore out of Elmhurst, Illinois, so same state we're both from. So she will be back to serve. So Rose is serving for Marquette. Marquette is down by 5. Barely goes over the net. Navas sets up for Mosier. That was out on Tulsa, so Marquette would get the point. So 15-11, Tulsa leads. So Marquette got that point, and Rose was back to serve again. It's interesting, now Madeline Mosier's in, but Claire is out.
We've yet to see the sister dynamic duo that we thought we'd be seeing.
Savadov tries for that kill, but it goes out, and Marquette gets another point, and Tulsa is only up by 3, 15-12.
It looks like Marquette's saying, hang on, wait a minute, it's not over yet. Just because we're down 6 doesn't mean they're gone. So we'll see what Marquette can do here in the rest of the third.
Rose to serve, barely goes over the net again. Thorin tries for that kill again. It goes long, so it will be Marquette. Oh, it won't. I thought that was a Marquette point, but I guess it might have been tipped by Marquette, I think. So Emily Thorin will get that kill. So it's 16-12. Tulsa, they lead by 4. And it is Thorson to serve now for Tulsa. Rose sets it up. Wirch tries to kill that one. Rose sets it up for Mosier. Mosier with the kill. That is her first kill of the afternoon, and Marquette is only down by 3. Tulsa leads 16-13.
Callie Cook looking at her team saying, we're not done yet. Trying to will her team back into this. Still has the 3-point lead for Tulsa, but Callie Cook defensively been outstanding so far.
Exactly, yes, I think she has. So Holborch to serve for Marquette. Savadov, her second kill she tried that went long, so it will be Marquette's point. Only down by 2. Tulsa leads 16-14. I was surprised that Savadov went for that one. It didn't look like she could get that.
Well, Marquette continuing to trim this deficit, making it a 2-point game.
Jenna Rosenthal with the block on that one. It's tip. Sets up for Anna Hawk. Anna Hawk hits it down. Marquette within 1. Tulsa leads 16-15 in the third set. And Tulsa calls a timeout.
Good timeout here for Coach Ryan Wills and the Tulsa Golden Hurricane. You had a 6-point lead. Coach Tice wastes his final timeout. Looks like it paid off so far.
It did.
For the Golden Eagles, but Coach Ryan Wills needs to talk to his team, get them back on the same page, regain their composure, and see if they can pull away yet again.
Exactly.
Here in this third set.
Yeah, exactly. And I think they really need to get in the right mindset. The Golden Hurricane have kind of had a lot of errors recently in the past couple of points, and Marquette has just been, looks like they've been too strong for them. So if Tulsa wants to take this set, which they kind of close to, they really need to get on the same page and know what their plan is. Their plan of attack is for Marquette.
Exactly. And again, it's going to be interesting to see what happens. We saw in the first set when both teams kind of went back and forth, went on these little offensive spurts.
Exactly.
And it looks like history might be repeating itself yet again.
Maybe. So. Anything can happen. You know, I don't think like in volleyball you're sitting there thinking, oh, I'm down by 6. I'm obviously going to lose. You always need to be thinking like just start every point as a new point because you don't know what's going to happen.
Even if it was 24-18 right now, it really doesn't matter. There's always that small chance. Even if it's a small chance, it's still a chance to come back in this game.
Exactly. Every point's a new point. You just erase from your mind anything that happened in the last one. Even if you messed up, just don't think about it. Think about the next point and moving forward, not backward. All right, so it will be Marquette serve, Hope Wirch back to serve, and Tulsa leads 16-15 in the third set. So Hope Wirch to serve, and it is a service ace for Wirch. And that will be the tie for Marquette. Marquette and Tulsa are tied at 16, and Wirch is back to serve. So it didn't look like that timeout did anything, really, for Tulsa. They weren't ready for that serve.
Well, Marquette's first timeout didn't seem to do much either, so maybe they just need a second one.
Set up for Rosenthal. Rosenthal hits it over. That hits and goes out, so Marquette will take the lead 17-16 for, I think, one of their first times in this set.
That actually might be the first time this set, Zoe, and Marquette definitely choosing the right time to come out on top. There are only 8 points to go to win this match.
Definitely showing their resilience here in the third set. Set up for Rosenthal to smack down. Nice save by Wirch. Anna Hawk hits it with power and gets the kill. Marquette is up 18-16 on Tulsa. Looks like Tulsa's falling apart a little bit here.
A little bit, and Martha Konavinoff and Hope Wirch can't help but smile and point at each other after that unbelievable, resilient dig from Hope Wirch to keep that rally alive, leading to the Marquette point.
And that's a service ace for Hope Wirch, her second in this set. So Marquette takes the 19-16 lead. They are 6 points away from the set. 7 points away.
Marquette is on a 10-1 run.
It's fantastic.
That's almost unheard of in volleyball. I mean, it's possible, but it's very rare to see it happen.
See, that's what we were talking about. Anything can happen. See, you can come back from a huge deficit. So Hope Wirch tries to get that third service ace, doesn't get it. Set up for Anna Hawk. Anna Hawk smacks it down, out over to my computer even. So Anna Hawk will get that kill. It will be her seventh kill of the night, and Marquette leads 20-16, and Tulsa will take their second timeout, which is actually really smart to do right now.
See, this is why we need a camera on us, Zoe.
Exactly.
Because no one saw that one-handed grab. I looked like Odell Beckham Jr. Yeah.
Thank you so much for saving me from that. Yeah. But yeah, so it's going to be interesting to see what Ryan Wills says in his timeout. He's used, both teams are done with timeouts. They both used both of them, so I think Ryan Tice needs to tell his team to just keep doing what they're doing because they're doing it well, and Ryan Wills just needs to tell them to get on the same page, stop making these errors because that's not going anywhere. You can't give them these free points with these service aces.
Now remember, Marquette had to call 2 timeouts before whatever Coach Tice had to say got into the Marquette players' heads. So maybe now that Coach Ryan Wills has used his second and final timeout of this set, maybe the message will finally get printed into their heads, or the Tulsa heads, I should say. And who knows, maybe Tulsa will rally right back in this game. Maybe they'll take set 3. We never know. All we can say is that it's a pleasure to be able to broadcast it.
Yes, for sure. It's been a very interesting game compared to last night. I'm glad last night was not as interesting as this game. This game has been a big change in momentum. So it's going to be interesting to see if Marquette can hold on to this lead or if Tulsa will battle back after their second timeout.
And I like that you say that because it has been a change in momentum, but if you looked at the score, you just assume that it was an easy Marquette victory so far, but it really has been a real battle between both squads.
So Hope Wirch back to serve for Marquette. Marquette leads 20-16 in the third set. Elise Savidova with tries for that kill, but doesn't get it. Saved by Konavinoff. These have been great saves by Marquette. Touched by Anna Hawk. Savidov tries again, saved by Rose.
Dig after dig after dig, both squads.
Exactly.
Defensive presence has been astronomical.
That's the biggest thing Tice wanted to work on was his defense, and they've been doing a fantastic job tonight, or today. Wirch, right, painted on the line. Marquette gets a point, 21-16. They lead Tulsa, the Golden Hurricane.
I was going to say, and I think after this game, the one thing that Tulsa's going to remember that killed them was the fact that they just continued to miscommunicate.
Yes,
it seems that they've not been on the same page.
And in that point, too, is Hope Wirch gets her third service ace of the set. So Marquette leads 22-16. Wirch tries for maybe her 4th service error on this point.
Well, what was a 10
service ace?
Well, what was a 10-1 run has become a 13-1 run for the Golden Eagles, and it looks like they're not slowing down.
There, the first kill from Hannah Overmeyer in a while from the Golden Hurricane. So maybe that'll give them a spark.
And Hannah Overmeyer has all the emotion right now, trying to get her team back in this, trying to get the momentum back on their side.
All right, so Marquette will be ready for Taylor Horsfall's serve. But it looks like there's a stoppage in play. Maybe they're pulling a challenge card, possibly.
Looks like the officials are reviewing some play.
Maybe the last one. Maybe they thought that. Maybe Marquette thought that Tulsa touched it or something. Okay, well they're continuing. So Taylor Horsfall will take the serve for Tulsa. So Marquette leads Tulsa 22-17 in the third. Nice dig by Konavinoff, but smacked down by number 3, Maggie Hembry.
Dug up by Konovanov, but a little too far, leading to an easy spike down from the Tulsa offense.
Marquette leads 22-18 as they are on the verge of winning this final set. But Tulsa's still in it as Horsfall serves. Rose sets it up. Rozier hits it down. Anna Hawk smacks it down, showing her power there. Marquette takes that point. 23-18, they lead the Golden Hurricane.
And Jenna Rosenthal with a beautiful fake out, really messing with this Tulsa heads.
Rosenthal will be back to serve for Marquette. Nice save by Rosenthal. Set up. Ooh, looks like a miscommunication right there between Wirtz and Rose. And that will be a block by Orphan Hawk. So Marquette will have set point 24-18 in the third set. Looking to take this match. So they have match point right here.
Well, Marquette lost 3-0 last night, and they're on the verge of winning 3-0 right now.
So interesting. So Rosenthal to serve. Almost a service ace there. Tulsa trying to stay in it, but will be blocked by Hawk and Orf again. Marquette takes set 3, 25-18. So they will take the match 25-23, 25-20, and 25-18. Further 3. So they just lost. So you were just saying this. They just lost last night to their foe Wisconsin in 3 sets, but now they just came back around, turned around totally, and won in 3 sets.
It's something that you really didn't see coming. Again, they were down by as much as 5 or 6 in this last set, yet somehow they end up winning by 7. I mean, you can't even imagine something like that happening in volleyball yet again. But all of a sudden, Marquette somehow goes on a 13-1 run. It's something that unpredictable. That's why we love college sports.
Yes, that is why we love college sports. It looks like there aren't that many Marquette fans out here, so maybe tonight they'll have a bigger showing of students. So to sum up for you, we have leading Marquette was Allie Barber with 14 kills. Then following her was Anna Hawk with 9. Hope Wirtz with 7, and Jenna Rosenthal with 5. And for the Golden Hurricane, it is Emily Thorson having 9 kills, tied with Rachel Moore at 9. Maggie Hembry had 6 kills, and Elise Salvador had 5. And the leader for Diggs was Martha Konovanov with 24 of the match high. So Jack, what's the final word on this matchup today?
The final word is that it was an entertaining game for both squads. I think that Tulsa they just didn't seem to be on the same page throughout the entire match. And on the contrary, Marquette was just on their game. It seemed like they were really trying to prove something. They lost. They came into Wisconsin thinking they had a chance. They got dismantled completely against the Badgers. Yet they come out here against the Golden Hurricane and they prove that they're still a great team. And there's a reason why they're the number 21 ranked team in the nation.
Exactly.
Golden Eagles had a great game. Tulsa tried to stay in it, but they just couldn't do it. Good win for the Golden Eagles.
For sure.
And a pleasure to broadcast with you, Zoe.
Thank you so much, Jack. So the final is Marquette takes the match 3-0, and they ended up with a hitting percentage of .177. That was Marquette's, and Tulsa ended up with a .142. So with that will do it for us here on GoMarquette.com/watch. So Marquette takes the victory over Tulsa. I want to thank all of our producers in the control room and our manager of MUTV, Tara Schumel, our production team, Tom Hillemeyer, Alex Langosh, Mallory Winkler, scorekeeper Dan Abington, and executive producer John Steppe, and all volunteers and camera operators. Thank you to my color comment analyst Jack Phillips. It truly takes a village to get these broadcasts on air, so make sure to watch our second broadcast of the doubleheader as Chris Reisner and Dan Abington are on call for Marquette versus Illinois State. With that, I'm Zoe Comerford. Thanks for tuning in and have a great day.